got two more important spirits sent from the enemy that causes you to hinder. Um, Causes you to be hindered. I'm sorry. And to not be able to move forward. I mentioned in my last video I just did the Assyrian spirit. It can cause you to feel overwhelmed, tormented, negative words sent to paralyze you, constantly berate you, spiritual, deprecating remarks that immobilize and make you ineffective. It promotes fear, worry, and hopelessness to weigh heavily upon the mind of Christ. It overwhelms you and causes you to be weighed down mentally and physically. Shake it off so you can move forward. Shake that chain off of you. Rebuke it. Send it to the pits of hell. And the Edomite spirit. An Edomite spirit is one of a person who never forgives, nor will it ever receive forgiveness. The Edomite spirit nurses his anger and keeps his wrath forever. And he never fully surrenders to God. He remains unforgiving. Don't let these things hold you down to keep you from seeing the hand of God move. Shake them off of you. Get away from people who are choosing to remain in it. Surround yourself by a positive atmosphere of people who are, if they're not quite have themselves together, and they're wanting to change. I mean, actually wanting to drop sin and to turn from their wicked ways so that God's hand can move in their lives and they could see themselves in a better predicament than what they are now. They're actually ready. Surround yourselves with those type of people who are thirsty as you are. Somebody who's going to lift you up and build you up, not somebody that's there to just tear you down and to keep you fully feeling stuck, like you will never ever see what God has for you to do. Begin, if that person is there and this person just has to be in your life, you don't look at it. Don't allow yourselves to be deceived by that person that the enemy is using, pretty much, because that's what's happening, to cause you to feel like this is all that God has for you. No, you'll never fully see the goodness of God in the land of the living. No, that's not true. That is not true. That is a trick of the enemy. He wants you to feel like you will never, ever make it. You will always be in the wilderness, a place of wandering, a place of feeling like you have nothing that God can use, a place of feeling unforgiving. I know so many people today who feel like God just cannot forgive them. Do you know that there are men of God in the Bible who killed people? They had blood on their hands, and God forgave them. Do you know that there was a trickster in the Bible who stole his brother's inheritance? God forgave him. And the list goes on and on. It doesn't stop. Of things that God's people have done and have been forgiven. What makes you think that what you have done is just so great that you cannot be forgiven? What makes you think that your sin is so great that God can't lift it up off of you? Come out of these places. It's time for a change. It's time for people to live their lives for the better. You should be tired of being stuck. And you should be tired of just living in contentment, dealing with that place of being stuck. No, you want to come up out of that. You don't want to be in that predicament forever. God has so much in you, so many good qualities and things in you that He is ready to bring out of you that people need today. You have something to offer that people need. You just have to wake up and discover that and believe it. And don't give in to sin, which is the things that I have listed to you that weighs you down. God wants us to be, He wants to bring out that Isaac, that Jacob, that Abraham in you. Isaac means laughter, and Jacob means to grasp the heel, and Abraham means the father of many. And I wrote something yesterday as it came to my spirit. I said, you got to have laughter while going through the pain. You got to grasp the heel of what God says is yours. And don't let it go until you take hold of it. And you have to be connected to the Father of many. Again, you got to have laughter through the pain. You got to grasp the heel of what God has given to you for you until you take hold of it by force. You have to be connected to the Father of many. Say it one more time until you just begin to further remind yourself of the values God has placed in you. You got to have laughter while going through the pain. You got to grasp the heel of what God has for you to take. Take it by force. Take it back. Take what the enemy has stolen from you. Get your joy back. Get your peace back. Get your rest back. And consider yourself already connected to the hand of the Father of many. Because God is a father to many. Get connected to Him. Form that relationship with Him. Get your joy from Him. Get your peace from Him. Get your love from Him. Let's push forward to having our minds where it's supposed to be. Do not be afraid of these giants that seek to rise up against you to bring fear and to cause you to stop the work that God has for you to do, what you're called to. Be blessed, people. You all have a good day. I'll see you all in the morning. God says the same.